Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jenna here, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my experience getting an IUD. And I am excited to share this with you guys, but I'm also like nervous because it is super awkward, personal. But I feel like I wanted to share it because I think it could be a very helpful video, especially for someone who it might be your first time getting an IUD like it was mine. Before I get into that, I just wanted to say if you are new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope that you like what you see and that you subscribe. If you aren't new here, then I just wanted to remind you guys that we did start a second channel that's like all beauty related, like all hair, skin, makeup, tanning, whatever kind of stuff over on that channel. I think you guys would really like it because I know a lot of you originally liked my videos for hair information. So let's just get right into the video. This is not my first time filming this video, but the first time I was extremely traumatized and I just made a video that was just telling you guys it was bad. And now I feel like I have a little bit more of a clear view, and I feel like I can really share with you guys a better idea of what happened. So I'm filming this video again in hopes to give you a more accurate idea of what my experience was and what you might experience also. I think once again, my downfall, just like having a baby, just like my first experience nursing, like everything else, I just had no idea what to expect. And that was definitely a problem because I didn't, like, what I thought was going to happen was not what happened, and so I was not prepared for that emotionally, physically, or mentally. So that was the first thing, and I will say everyone is so different. I've had so many people tell me they had great experiences, no pain, comfortable, whatever, but mine was just not. And so everyone is different, so don't be too scared if this is like, oh my gosh, this girl is telling me these terrible things. Don't be too scared because everyone is different, and obviously I survived, so I'm good. I did decide to get the Paragard, which is a copper IUD. The reason I decided to go with that IUD is because I was thinking, okay, it's non-hormonal, it won't change my body that much, I won't really be affected by it, I won't feel a difference, but that was kind of like wrong thinking on my part. Of course, anytime you put something foreign into your body is going to have a reaction to it. And obviously getting pregnant is a very natural process, and so I'm doing something that's preventing a natural process, and obviously that's going to affect my body and make changes. From what I understand, the Paragard, the way it prevents pregnancy is that it makes it a very hostile environment. It makes it very difficult for the egg to implant and to become fertilized. So hence you don't get pregnant. I thought that was a good option for me. I still think that probably is the best option. I might have reacted even worse on something else, but yeah, that's the one I chose. So I had a few appointments with my doctor leading up to getting this IUD because I was really nervous, very hesitant. This is the first time I've ever used any type of birth control in that way. I've never had the shot or the pill or any other kind of IUD, so I had a lot of questions, and apparently I didn't ask the right questions because I still was unprepared completely. But he did tell me to expect to have cramping and bleeding following the insertion of the IUD. I don't know why I thought like that didn't apply to me. I was just like, oh, I just had a baby. It's not going to be a big deal. I'm going to be fine. But like I was wrong. So when I went in for my appointment to get the IUD inserted, it just seemed like the longest 5 minutes of my whole life. Like it felt like an hour where I was sitting there. They took a tool, which makes sense. Obviously they need to do something to open everything up so they can do their work, but I don't know what I was thinking. It was very uncomfortable. He took some kind of tool that kind of cranked open, and that way he could have everything open so that he could insert it in the proper place. That was extremely uncomfortable. To say painful, yeah, I would say painful. It was painful and uncomfortable, and everything was wrapped in sterilized wrapping, so it just seemed like it took forever to get everything out, and while I was sitting there opened up, and it was just painful and uncomfortable. And my doctor's great, but he was talking to me about his dog, how he ate a sock, and I was like freaking out on the table, trying to pretend like I care about his dog eating a sock. And then he went ahead and he took the IUD, which was huge. I had no idea it was gonna be that big. I don't know how it's inside of me. I don't understand that, but whatever. And he went ahead and said, as soon as I insert this, it's going to cause cramping. And I was just like, yeah, whatever. And he was right. The second it was inserted, my body shut down. My stomach, everything tightened, and it was almost as if I was having contractions again. Then they sent me on my way. I've heard other doctors' offices, they tell you to take medicine before, they tell you that you need to bring someone to give you a ride home. My doctor didn't tell me any of that, so I just like was driving myself. As I was walking out of the office, I felt my legs start turning like to jello. That's something that happens to me when I have really bad cramps. My legs just feel like jello-y and my whole body just kind of starts aching, especially around my back. And I was just like, this is miserable. I got into my car, I started driving to go pick up my kids. My mother-in-law was watching my kids, and I started driving to pick them up. And as I was driving, I actually had to pull over, and I was texting my mom. She was in a meeting, and I was like, Mom, I think I'm dying, like I don't know what to do. And she was like, I'll come get you. And I was like, no, it's fine, like I can do it. Like I was being so dramatic. And I went and got my kids, and I was just thinking like, I need to just get my kids and go home and lay down. I need to lay down. I need to like just like kind of rest this off. I can't do anything else. So I went and got my kids, and I just like made it home. As soon as I got home, I went ahead and I took one of the ibuprofens that they gave me at the hospital for after I had the baby, which was like 800 milligrams, or I don't know if that's the correct measurement, but it was like a strong ibuprofen, and that, I think that's what saved me. That kind of like knocked out the pain. But for that hour following my appointment, I was in so much pain. I was so traumatized. I texted my husband. I was like, I hate this. This is your fault. I don't want this. Like, I was really miserable. But then it kind of all went away once I took the medicine. I was fine. I still had a little bit of cramping and a little bit of bleeding, but definitely very manageable. And then for the next few weeks, I had a few more bouts of that like very, very uncomfortable cramping. Like even once I was in Walmart and I was like Snapchatting Lana like, I'm dead. Like I'm sitting on the floor in Walmart like having cramps. And I was just like, it wasn't fun. And another problem was like I would go to the gym and it would like make my cramps kind of act up, and I wouldn't be able to get a good workout. And I was like, if this is going to be the next 10 years of my life, I can't function. I need to be able to go to the grocery store. I need to be able to go to the gym and get a workout in without having debilitating cramps. So I was really unhappy for the first 3 weeks. The bleeding was just like, no one wants to bleed for 3 weeks. I was like, I just did that. I just had a baby and just finally got over it, and I had to start all over again. It just wasn't fun, and I was really unhappy with it. And that's when I made the video, and I was like, I hate this. I will never do this again. And yeah, but now everything is pretty much gone. Like I feel very normal, and now I'm like, maybe it was worth it, because for the next 10 years I won't get pregnant. And that's how long an IUD, or the type of IUD I got, that's how long it lasts. And so now would I do it again? Yes, I'm glad that I did it originally. Will I do it again in the future? Probably not. It was not a very fun experience. I don't like altering with my body, like with its natural process. I just don't like that. I don't like changing the way it wants to function. I'm glad we did it, because right now we are not prepared to have more kids. We just had 3 very, very, very close, and my hands are full, and my family is full, and our hearts are full. So we don't need any more babies right now. We're not prepared to say like we never want to have kids again. I don't know who could make that decision at 25. Like I don't know what our future holds. I don't know what will fill we need in a few more years. So that's that. But I think in the future, if we ever do decide to have more kids, I will take this IUD out, which I have heard is a little painful, so I'm not looking forward to that. And then after that, maybe we'll figure out something a little bit more permanent solution to not have more kids as we're older. But yeah, that's kind of my experience. That's kind of how I feel about it. No, I don't regret it. But will I do it again? I really don't know. At this point, I don't think so. However, I do recommend it if you guys are looking for a way to prevent pregnancy. I think it's a very good option. It's one of the most effective options that you have, and I think that a lot of people have had really good experiences with it. Mine was just extremely painful, and maybe I just have a really low pain tolerance, but I don't think so. So I don't know. I feel like do what feels best for you, for yourself. One thing I forgot to mention is I have not started my period yet since I've had the baby, and I'm afraid that when I have my period, it's going to be heavier and more crampy than my normal periods are. That's one thing the doctor said to expect, and so I'm not looking forward to that. That's not going to be fun. but it's just like once a month, so we'll just get through it. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it's informative. I hope it's helpful. If you guys had a really crazy experience like I did, tell me about it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from it. If you guys loved it, tell me that too, because maybe I just need more encouragement or something. We will see you in our next video.